We have got different butterfly species, about 250, whereby every season of the year we get to see different species of butterflies, much as there are some that go all the year around. We do butterfly watching as an activity in here. So if you're a fan, you're welcome at any time of the day, as long as there is no rain outside. And since we are going out in the forest, we stand high chances of seeing some of the butterflies, in case we are lucky that the weather becomes more bright. We have different reptile species, including about 21 snake species, both venomous and non-venomous snakes in the forest, much as it's rare to see them. But with nature, we don't take things for granted. We don't guarantee what we're going to see out there. So we may see any snake out there, or we may not, much as I'm seeing black on your faces. It's a matter of keeping your fingers crossed. Maybe your wish may come true, whether to see the snake or not to see the snake. You just cross your finger and tell your heart what you want to see and what you don't want to see. We have, snakes being both venomous and non-venomous, we treat every snake with respect. Regardless of being poisonous or not, they are living creatures, they need to survive. So we treat them with respect. In case you encounter one, don't just run out or don't shout at it. You never know, by shouting at it, you may piss it off and then it does what it doesn't intend to do to you. We have different tree species in the forest here that provide food stuff to different animals that I've mentioned. For trees, we guarantee seeing them, but for animals, we don't pay any guarantee. Though some of them we stand higher chances in getting them. Like the chimpanzees stand about 90% chances of seeing the chimpanzees. But sometimes we find ourselves in the 10% of missing them because it's nature. I don't wish for the 10% today. Yeah, I wish for the 90%. We have got different rules and regulations that guide us whenever we are going out in the forest, and especially for the chimpanzees. Among the many regulations, we are not supposed to use flash while taking pictures. So, regardless of the gadget you are using to take pictures, remember to turn off flashlight every time you're going to take a picture. We are not supposed to imitate or mimic chimpanzee vocalizations. Sometimes we find chimpanzees active, calling, running up and down. We get attracted by what is happening, we record, but we are not supposed to replay the recordings in presence of the chimpanzees. We are supposed to be on a full face mask at all times in presence of chimpanzees. So make sure before you leave here, you've got your mask at hand. Then when you reach other chimpanzees where they are, you put it on. And always remind your neighbor to put on the mask. And when you're reminded, take it with good faith. It's just a reminder to keep your health and to keep the animal's health as well. It's just for a short while. We are not supposed to feed any animal in the park, neither are we supposed to leave litter in the forest. We keep everything in our bags and discard when we get back here, as one way of maintaining the cleanliness of the park and conserving for the generations to come. We are not supposed to make noise in the forest. We talk, but on the low tone. The less we talk, the much we see. The much we talk, the less we see. As I said, that it's only the chimpanzees which are habituated in here. Other monkeys get frightened by the noise. Some of them escape because of the noise. And some of them we get to see them by their sounds. That means if we are talking a bit louder, the guide may not hear what is happening. Even the elephants, I said, are aggressive. Sometimes they give warnings before they attack. So if you are shouting, if you're making, talking louder, the guide will not hear what is happening. So we talk, but on a low tone. And I would encourage you to go with drinking water. That may be enough for you to keep yourself hydrated all the time. The walk is estimated to take 2 to 3 hours, but sometimes it goes beyond that, depending on how quickly we find the chimpanzees. And I would encourage you to go with your rain jackets. We're in a tropical rainforest. We are in a rainy season here. Most of the times we see rain pouring down without seeing any warning. So avoid being wet, but to be on a safer side, go with your rain jacket. I encourage you to tuck in your trousers into the stockings to avoid ants disturbance. Ants are not poisonous, but they are good at making people entertain others in the forest without music, as one is trying to get rid of ants. So to avoid being an entertainer out there, just tuck in your trousers and be smart for the forest. If you come back, untuck and be smart for the streets. I would encourage you to use the washroom before we go, but still when you're already out and you find the situation is running out of hands, don't just keep quiet and maybe wet your pants. Don't shy away and you suffer locally. Tell your guide to wait for you as you help yourself, as you are using a bush toilet. Much as you're going to use a bush toilet, remember to do it off the track that you're walking along. Remember to watch for ants behind the tree where you're going to stand or sit. Yeah, you may.
The snakes also.
Thank you. You may stand in ants, or you may sit in the swarm of ants. You come back with double trouble. You've not helped yourself, and you're dancing at the same time. So you will have added salt in an injury. To avoid that, just watch for ants there, then you comfortably help yourself. And on the same point, remember to cover the spot where you've used for the bush toilet. And at this time, if there is any question for me, you're welcome.